Hello children, once again welcome to my YouTube channel. Nowadays we are doing subject verb agreement, and already I have uploaded a video on this subject verb agreement, and this is the second part of this topic. And we have discussed, we have come across a few rules regarding the subject verb agreement, and the rest part would be discussed in this video. So let's go ahead with the rules. Well, up to 9 rules we discussed in the first video. Now coming to the 10th rule. So let's see what is there in this 10th rule. Collective nouns like group, crowd, flock, regiment, etc. are generally followed by a singular verb. So my dear children, we have to make it very clear in our mind when we talk about collective noun, for example, group, crowd, flock, army, regiment, so all these, they refer to collective noun, okay? So when we are talking about collective noun, even, when we are talking about a bunch of, a bouquet of flowers or somewhat like this, a bunch of keys, somewhat like this. So make sure that you always have to go for singular verb, okay? Let's see these two examples. A group of boys was playing in the garden, okay? So although, the word boys is in plural form, but we have to go with singular verb because we are not talking about, number of boys or by 1, 2, 3 like that, but rather we are talking about a group. We are taking a group as a singular, okay? हम पूरे एक ग्रुप को जो है सिंगुलर फॉर्म में ले रहे हैं, ठीक है, बच्चों का एक झुंड, ओके फाइन. सो हम उसको एक सिंगुलर फॉर्म में ले रहे हैं, इसीलिए दैट इज व्हाई वी विल ऑलवेज गो विद सिंगुलर वर्ब. देन अ रेजिमेंट ऑफ सोल्जर, रेजिमेंट, हिंदी वी कॉल इट टुकड़ी, सेना की एक टुकड़ी. So a regiment of soldiers was marching towards the town. So don't get confused that soldiers is written, it means plural noun is there, then we have to go with plural verb. No, if only soldiers would have been there, then definitely we would have used were. Soldiers were marching towards the town, so that's correct. But now here what is happening? A regiment of soldiers. That is why we will go with singular verb. Then coming to the next rule. Some nouns which appear to be plural in form when preceded by a pair of take singular verb. Now this point is very important, and most of the students, they get confused in this point. So if we are talking about something, which appears to be plural in form, but if, it is followed by, this particular phrase, a pair of, then in that case it will always take singular verb. देखिए ऐसे कुछ देखिए ऐसे कुछ nouns होते हैं, जैसे scissors मतलब क्या, कैंची, ठीक है, trousers, ठीक है, then socks, then shoes, ये सारी चीज़ें ऐसी होती हैं जो जोड़े में आती हैं, है ना. scissors भी जोड़े में होता है, ट्वीज़र्स की बात करें वो भी जोड़े में होते हैं, ट्राउज़र्स जोड़े में होते हैं, सॉक्स जो है जोड़े में होते हैं, शूज़ जो है वो जोड़े में आते हैं. वो आप मार्केट में जाओगे तो आपको एक जूता नहीं मिलेगा, आपको दोनों पैरों का जूता मिलेगा, ठीक है. ट्राउज़र जाओगे तो आपको एक पैर का पैंट नहीं मिलेगा, दोनों पैरों का आपको पैंट दिया जाएगा, ठीक है. सो इस पर हमें विशेष ध्यान देना है कि अगर a pair of scissors, a pair of trousers, a pair of shoes, a pair of socks, ठीक है, ऐसे अगर लिखा हुआ है, in that case we will use singular verb, okay, very clear, because we are taking it as a whole, we are taking it as one, okay. So don't get confused, okay. A pair of scissors, okay, so then in that case we will take singular verb. A pair of scissors was taken out of the drawer, okay. A pair of trousers was washed by the servant, okay. So this is one part. Now let's see the next part. But when these nouns are used without a pair of, they take a plural verb. Now let's see these examples. His shoes have worn out, my scissors do not cut well, my trousers are very dirty. Now what is happening in these three examples, my dear children? You might have noticed that we have not used a pair of, है ना. whereas in the previous examples we used a pair of, but in these examples we have excluded that phrase, that group of words, that phrase a pair of. हम यहाँ पे क्या कर रहे हैं, सीधा shoes लिख रहे हैं, scissors लिख रहे हैं, trousers लिख रहे हैं. अगर आप सीधा कहते हो shoes, scissors, trousers, socks, in that case it will take a plural verb. Okay, it will take a plural verb. यहाँ पे देखिए, his shoes have, not has. My scissors does not, नहीं, do not. Okay, because do is the plural form of verb and scissors is the plural form. ठीक है, because already it is, it seems as a plural, but when we use it as a pair of, so it is used in a singular form. My trousers are very dirty. अगर my trousers की जगह होता a pair of trousers, in that case फिर are यूज नहीं होता, वहां पे क्या यूज होता, is यूज होता. तो इसका विशेष ध्यान रखिएगा. ओके, मूविंग ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट रूल. Some nouns are preceded by a lot of, a plenty of, a great deal of, etc. These nouns take a singular verb when they refer to amount or quantity, but they take plural verb when they refer to number. देखिए ऐसे हम अक्सर वर्ब यूज करते हैं ना, a lot of sugar, you have used a lot of you have used a lot of chalk, और या कुछ भी, मतलब ऐसे कोई सेंटेंस बनाते हैं जहाँ पे a lot of, a plenty of, ठीक है ना, ऐसे यूज करते हैं. I drank a plenty of water. ठीक है, तो अब जब हम बोल रहे हैं कि I drank a plenty of water, तो वाटर की बात कर रहे हैं हम, ए प्लेंटी ऑफ वाटर. वाटर क्या है, क्या इज इट इन नंबर, क्या ये नंबर में है, 1 वाटर, 2 वाटर, 3 वाटर, नहीं है ना, इट इज इन क्वांटिटी. ठीक है, इन दैट केस वी विल यूज सिंगुलर वर्ब. ठीक है, या फिर ही हैज वेस्टेड ए प्लेंटी ऑफ वाटर, या फिर अ प्लेंटी ऑफ वाटर हैज बीन वेस्टेड. ठीक है, ए प्लेंटी ऑफ वाटर हैज बीन वेस्टेड. तो क्या हो रहा है कि ए प्लेंटी ऑफ, या फिर ए ग्रेट डील ऑफ, या ए लॉट ऑफ, इनके बाद अगर ऐसा कोई नाउन आता है जो अमाउंट या क्वांटिटी की बात करता है, इन दैट केस वी विल गो विथ सिंगुलर वर्ब. इसको एग्जाम्पल के द्वारा और अच्छी तरह समझने की हम कोशिश करते हैं. सी, a lot of people visit the Taj Mahal. So a lot of people, we are talking about people countable, we can count them, they are in numbers. Okay, so we can count them. So what is happening, we have used plural verb. Visit is the plural verb. Singular verb क्या होगा visit का, visits. Okay, so यहाँ पे हमने क्या किया, चूंकि people के साथ यूज हो रहा है a lot of people, इसने हमने visit यूज किया है, प्लूरल फॉर्म यूज किया, क्योंकि पीपल भी प्लूरल फॉर्म में. बट इफ यू सी द सेकंड एग्जांपल, a lot of water was supplied to the villages. In the second sentence, what is happening, we are talking about quantity. Okay, water, we are talking about water, that is something that is not countable, you cannot count it, it is not in number. Okay, in that case what is happening, हम कौन सा verb यूज कर रहे हैं, देखिए यहाँ पे was is a singular verb. A lot of water was supplied to the villagers. ठीक है, that you have to remember. For example, a lot of books, in that case क्या यूज होगा, a lot of books dash on the table. ठीक है, तो क्या होगा, books है ना, इन नंबर हम काउंट करते हैं, कर सकते हैं. a lot of books are on the table. ठीक है, इस तरीके से ना you have to get it down. Then coming to the next example, if a countable noun comes after 1/3 of, 2/3 of, 3/4 of, 10% of, 20% of, etc., then always a plural verb will be used. See, you have to remember this, this rule. बहुत important rule. अक्सर we use, normally we use these type of sentences, 80% of the students have passed, 3/4 of the books are ready. So when we are using, or when we are framing these type of sentences, we have to be very careful. We have to see which noun is actually following 1/3 of, 2/3 of, 3/4 of, 10% of, 20% of. हमें ये देखना है कि ये जो 20% of, 10% of, इनके बाद नाउन कौन सा नाउन यूज हो रहा है. अगर काउंटेबल नाउन यूज हो रहा है तब हम प्लूरल वर्ब के साथ जाएंगे. 80% of the students, we are talking about students means countable noun. That is why we have used plural verb. Have is the plural verb, whereas has is singular verb, है ना. has singular verb है और have plural है, तो हमने plural verb को यूज किया है. Let's see the next example. 3/4 of the book are ready. Books countable. So again what is happening? We are using plural verb. ठीक है, books जो है countable है, इसलिए हम plural verb यूज कर रहे हैं. Let's see another few more examples. Okay, if an uncountable noun comes after 1/3 of 2/3 of 3/4 of 10% of 20% of, then always a singular verb will be used. You know, you should be very careful. अगर 1/3 2/3 इन सब के बाद 20% 30% इनके बाद अगर कोई अनकाउंटेबल नाउन यूज हो रहा है, uncountable noun, please remember this, in that case singular verb will be used. Okay, 1/3 of the work is completed. Work is uncountable. 2/3 of the land is to be irrigated. Okay, is क्या है? सिंगुलर वर्ब है. ठीक है, आर क्या है? प्लूरल वर्ब है. बट यहाँ पे क्या यूज कर रहे हैं हम? सिंगुलर वर्ब यूज कर रहे हैं. ठीक है, इस बात का विशेष ध्यान रखिएगा. सो व्हाट यू हैव टू रिमेंबर, विच नाउन इज followed by which noun is preceded by these 1/3 of 2/3 of ऐसे. तो इसका विशेष ध्यान रखना है कि किसके बाद आ रहा है, ये काउंटेबल है क्या अनकाउंटेबल है. इन दैट केस यू हैव टू गो अहेड विथ आइदर सिंगुलर वर्ब और plural verb. Okay, I hope it is clear to you. Now coming to the next rule, it is also very important rule and we generally frame sentences regarding this rule. If two subjects are joined by, as well as, with, along with, together with, in addition to, no less than, besides, and not, etc., then the verb will be used according to the first subject. ठीक है, चलिए let's make it easy. Sometimes what happens, there will be two subjects and these two subjects will be joined by these as well as, with, along with, together with, in addition to. ठीक है, इनसे अगर join हो रहा है तब हमें क्या करना है? We have to see the first subject और first subject के अनुसार हमें change करना है. ठीक है, let's understand this with the help of an example. Okay, देखिए, Chiku as well as his friends was present. Okay, अब आपको लग रहा है कि यार चीकू is one person, then we have this his friends also, उसके दोस्त भी हैं. It means you are talking about so many people, means the subject is in plural form. In that case we will go with plural verb. No my dear children, remember this, अगर subject यहाँ पे दो हैं, एक चीकू है और एक his friends. ठीक है, और दोनों किससे ज्वाइन हुए, कंबाइन हुए हैं? as well as. ठीक है, किससे ज्वाइन हुए हैं? ये as well as कंजंक्शन से. तो ये जो as well as अगर बीच में आ गया, ठीक है, इन दैट केस हमको क्या करना है? पहला सब्जेक्ट सिंगुलर है कि प्लूरल है, उसके अनुसार अकॉर्डिंग टू दैट वी हैव टू यूज द वर्ब. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, विच इज द फर्स्ट सब्जेक्ट? इसमें फर्स्ट सब्जेक्ट क्या है? चीकू. चीकू इज द फर्स्ट सब्जेक्ट, सो वी विल यूज वर्ब अकॉर्डिंग टू द फर्स्ट सब्जेक्ट. ठीक है, तो चीकू सिंगुलर है तो वर्ब भी क्या होगा? सिंगुलर होगा. दैट इज वाई वी हैव यूज्ड वॉज. ओके, हाँ, इफ the first subject is in plural form, then we will go with plural verb. Let's see another example that will make this point very clear. The supporters along with their leader. Now देखिए बेटा ना, be careful. Now two subjects are there. The first subject is what? The supporters. समर्थक ढेर सारे हैं in plural form. Along with their leader. Leader is second subject, singular form. Okay, but verb will be used according to the first subject. और first subject क्या है हमारा? The supporters. The supporters किसमें है? Plural form है, plural noun है, plural. So what if plural subject hai, so what will happen, we will go with plural verb. Okay, the supporters means everything depends upon the first subject. If the first subject is in singular form, we will go with singular verb. If the first subject is in plural form, we will go with plural verb. Okay, but this case or this thing will only be applied when these two subjects or the two subjects will be joined by, as well as, along with, together with. Okay, then we have besides, if you accept and not. Okay, उसी केसेस में हम जो है इनको डिपेंड करेगा कि पहला सब्जेक्ट क्या है, बाकी इसके साथ नहीं. Third example says the child together with his parents is coming. Again, so in this sentence what is happening, the child, one subject, another subject is what, his parents. ठीक है, his parents ये प्लूरल फॉर्म में है, द चाइल्ड सिंगुलर फॉर्म में है, और दोनों जुड़ा किससे है, टुगेदर विथ से जुड़ा हुआ है. सो हमको क्या करना है, पहले सब्जेक्ट को देखना, पहला सब्जेक्ट सिंगुलर है कि प्लूरल है. पहला सब्जेक्ट द चाइल्ड क्या है, वो सिंगुलर है. दैट इज व्हाई वी हैव यूज्ड द सिंगुलर वर्ब दैट इज is. Okay, so I hope this point is very clear to all of you, because it really creates a lot of problem. Okay, now coming to the another example, that is what, many is used to indicate a large number, hence it always take a plural subject. We know it very well, you know, whenever many comes, it always go with this plural verb. You know, many students are there, many books are kept there, many sweets are there, many rooms are vacant. Like this, we always go with this. Okay, that's not a big deal, but we should be very careful, because there comes a structure where, you know, things change. Okay, what is that? Let's see that example. But many a with singular noun always takes singular verb. आपने पता नहीं whether you have ever you know seen such type of sentence, कभी आपके ऐसे sentence के साथ मुकाबला हुआ है कि नहीं, नहीं पता, but it happens कि ऐसे sentences भी आते हैं जहाँ पर many के बाद a लगा रहता है, आर्टिकल a लगा रहता है. अगर a लगा हुआ है तो आप याद रखिएगा कि हमेशा आपको सिंगुलर वर्ब यूज करना है. मेनी है बोल के आप डोंट गेट कंफ्यूज्ड कि मेनी इज यूज, सो मेनी मीन्स लार्ज नंबर, सो इट हैज टू बी विथ प्लूरल वर्ब. डोंट गेट कंफ्यूज. इफ ओनली मेनी इज देयर, तब आप उसको प्लूरल फॉर्म में लोगे. बट इन दिस सेंटेंस व्हाट इज हैपनिंग, मेनी ए. सो इफ ए इज एडेड विथ मेनी, then you have to use singular verb. Okay, see that example, many a man was killed. It looks quite awkward, you know, there are a few sentences that look quite awkward grammatically. It looks, how is it possible, and this sentence is looking very different, very awkward, but this is the fact, and sentences are structured in this way and we have to accept it. Okay, so my dear children, I hope that whatever rules we have discussed, you know, regarding this subject verb agreement, I mean, it's almost clear to all of you. There are a few more rules, you know, regarding this subject verb agreement, but I think, you know, that would really put you in a dilemma, that would put you in a lot of trouble, you know. So basically we have covered almost all important rules regarding subject verb agreement. Okay, so I hope everything is quite clear to you. Still, if any confusion, still if you are facing any problem, or if any particular rule or any particular point is not very clear to you, you're free to ask me, feel free to ask your question, and definitely I would try my level best to clear out your doubt. Okay, so my dear children, that was all from this video. I hope you have understood each and everything. So thank you, take care, and God bless you.